welcome to Mystic Monet. Today's picking card reading is why I'm always thinking about this person. I have 8 piles here, so it's a little bit more than I usually do. If there's somebody that's always in your mind, somebody that you're always thinking about, and you're just trying to get a general consensus of why this person's on your mind or what about them has just got you so hooked, then this is the video for you. So I would say pause the video right now, reflect on the piles and pick a pile that resonates and stands out with you. Or if you're still in good terms with the person that you're choosing for, then I would say text them and tell them to pick a number 1 through 8, and then that can be a pile. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, pile number 1. Why are you always thinking about this person? So whoever that you were thinking of when you picked this pile, I definitely think finances are a big integral part of you guys' relationship. It's the thing that holds y'all together, or it can be the thing that tears y'all apart, or it can do a little bit of both. I do feel like there is a money distribution and a financial dynamic between you two. I definitely think one of you guys has more money than the other person, and I also feel like that could be one of the reasons why there might be a shift of the vibe between you guys. I do feel like someone is making more money than the other person. I feel like someone is a little bit more busy, more preoccupied, more things to do, have a lot more on their plate than the other person. So this person it could be an age gap too. I feel like maybe the person you're asking about is older than you, like way older than you, or you're way younger than them, either or vice versa, you're older than someone. An age gap going on to where, someone is making more money, because usually the older you are, the more money you make. Not necessarily, but that could be the situation too. So it could be creating a divide between you guys, or it could be something that brings you closer. I don't necessarily get like jealousy from this pile, like someone's jealous of someone else's money. I think more of whoever is the person that's more occupied when it comes between the two of you guys. I feel like the person who doesn't have that much finances and who doesn't have that much things to do in their free time, or in their day-to-day life, I feel like that person isn't jealous per se. I just feel like they're like, I don't want to say that person is needy or clingy. I just think that they sometimes wish that they have more time with the person who is making more money. So maybe they don't feel like they're being included as much as they would like because the other person is so busy. So that could be another dynamic, and that could be a reason where you're always thinking about this person. So it could be vice versa. You could be the person that's making more money if you pick pile 1, or you could be the person that's not making more money, and it still applies. So if you are the person that makes more money, you're always thinking about this person because you're always busy, you're always occupied, you're always getting to the money. You have so many things that's on your plate. So while that's going on, you are thinking about the person that who isn't with you while you're doing your day-to-day affairs. And then if it's the other way around, then the other person is so busy and so preoccupied that makes you think about them more. So it can go either way, but I do think it's linked to finances, and I do think it's linked to money. Now this won't go for everybody, but for some people that pick this pile, you might be going through divorce or a separation of finances. So with divorces, usually some person, one of the parties involved will sometimes get a lot of money from the other person involved. So that could be what's going on, is the person you're divorcing is either taking all your money or you're taking all their money, and that could be why they're always on your mind. If that applies to you, yay. If not, we'll let it fly. I'm definitely still feeling like this dynamic of someone who, if this is a relationship, I really am getting this dynamic of someone who makes the more money in a way that they have not necessarily control of the person that's not making that much money, but it could be some type of control dynamic going on between you guys. I'm not really sure, but I do know that there is kind of like this attitude of being like somebody is being annoyed by someone else. The person might come off annoying. They might say one thing, but their actions are doing another. So that's kind of causing confusion between you guys. And since we're talking about the finances, I am getting this vibe maybe like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go do this and I'm only gonna spend $20, and then they come back and they spend like $300 on something crazy. And it's like, well, you said you were only gonna spend $20, and then they're like, okay, wow, you make more money than me, so now you're trying to control on what I spend. And the other person's just like, no, you know, I would rather you keep your word and stick to what you said. It has nothing to do with me trying to control you. So it's kind of like this like push and pull. One person is not, you know, going by their word, but the other person feels like, you know, I want to do things too, you know, this should be my money too. So kind of like a push and pull when it comes to finances and when it comes to money. It could also be that the other person wants to give you money, but like someone want to give someone else money and that person doesn't want to receive it. Even if they need it, they don't want to feel like they're getting a handout. So, you know, just to wrap this up, I really do feel like if you pick pile number one, the reason why you're always thinking about this person is due to financial reasons. So, you know, I already went in depth, but, you know, whichever one relates to you the most, that is why you're always thinking about this person. For the sign, most people that picked pile number one, the person that you're asking about would either be an Aries or have Aries placements in their birth chart if you are well versed in astrology. If you pick pile number one, I really hope this resonated with you. Please like, comment, or subscribe. Okay, pile number two. Why are you always thinking about this person? So right off the back, we have some major cards coming on. We have the High Priestess, we have the World. That alone is making me feel like this is like a soulmate type of situation, twin flame, whatever you believe in. It's definitely that situation. It doesn't necessarily mean that y'all gonna be together forever. I don't want to just throw that out there, but I do feel like this person was definitely meant to be in your life. They were definitely meant to be a part of your life process, either in a life lesson or something that you need to learn or something that's going to propel you forward, but they're definitely significant in your life. So if you're always thinking about this person, it's because they are significant to your life and they're going to make your life better, or they're going to be something that's going to push you to do something better with your life. So overall, this is whoever picked pile number two, whoever this person is really an important factor, and I really want you to keep that in mind. I feel like if you pick pile number two, the person that you pick for, I do feel like it's with the world represents completion. It represents things being permanent and finalized. And then also with the High Priestess also represents the moon. The world represents Saturn. And if you're into astrology, that will represent Cancer and Capricorn, which represent basically feminine and masculine. So I feel like that shows like it being a balance between you two guys. So almost like a perfect fit. Also with the World here too, it makes me feel like whoever this person is, the reason why you can't stop thinking about them is because I definitely feel like there's a love here, a very strong love here, and I definitely feel like, you know, you probably feel really connected to this person. Even if you just met this person, there's definitely a connection that is unexplainable. You probably hit it off right away. You probably just vibe right away, and you know, whatever you do, don't try to fight it. I think with the High Priestess here, it's all about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. So whatever you do, try not to fight that feeling. If you are going through that, hopefully there isn't like a push and pull dynamic. I'm not getting that from this pile, but if it is, don't fight that, because this is definitely someone who needs to be a part of your life. If you pick pile number two and you were possibly thinking about not talking to this person anymore, or maybe if you guys are on a break, I feel like you picking pile number two is signifying that you should probably go back to talking to this person and continue to talk to this person, because I do feel like there's stuff that needs to be learned. Unless it was like a toxic situation, then that's completely different. But you know, overall, if it was something petty or minor, which I feel like if anybody would stop talking to someone and they pick pile number two, it would have been petty or minor, then I think that you should try to work that out with them, because they're definitely significant to your life. With the Queen of Swords here, I also feel like this person is really intellectual. You can also be intellectual too. It's giving me the vibes of just like, not necessarily playing mind games, but you know, maybe you or this person is used to playing tricks and games and stuff like that, and other people not catching on, and this person does. You know, they're able to keep up with your wits, they're able to keep up with your charm. You know, you're able to have probably long conversations with this person, and you're also probably able to tell this person deep things about yourself that you don't tell other people. So that is another reason why you can't stop thinking about this person overall. Also, I want to point out, I'm starting to get like the vibe of people that pick pile number 2 with someone that they're separated with, or someone that they're not with anymore, or not even talking to anymore, some type of separation. If there is a separation, the reason why you're thinking about this person, because when you guys were together or when you guys weren't separated, it was a significant bond. It was a significant part of your life. So, you know, naturally, this is something you're going to be thinking about. A person you're going to be thinking about because, you know, they were a significant part of your life. So just know, whatever it is, I really do feel like if it is a separation and it needed to be separated, and if it was toxic, I truly do believe that this person was still a significant part of your life because there was a lesson that needed to be learned. I do feel like a lot of people, I feel like some people that pick this pile that are going through the separation with the person that they picked for, I do think there was like some low self-esteem, some low self-esteem, some insecurity issues that really needed to be worked on before they got with this person, before they started talking to this person, or whatever the situation may be. And with this separation that happened, I think that it's pushing you, or vice versa, to learn how to love yourself again. So that message just came to me as well. Okay, if you pick pile number 2, the person that you picked for, or maybe you, is most likely a Pisces or Virgo. If not, then, you know, it doesn't matter if the message still resonated. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope this resonated with you, and I hope it gave you some clarity. If so, like, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback. Have a good day. Okay, pile number 3. Okay, my first mind goes that this person is very, very confident in themselves. They're very secure with themselves, and I don't see them changing their opinion or changing their perspective on anything for anyone else. I feel like they're very secure in the decisions and choices that they make, and because of that security, that makes you feel secure with them. So that's the one reason why they're on your mind a lot, because of their confidence in the way that they carry themselves. They're a very hardworking person, but with this one, I feel like they're hardworking in their day-to-day life, but I also feel like this person is very hardworking when it comes to you. So they really take the seriousness of take the relationship between you guys seriously, and you actually see them working hard to better the relationship between you guys. And by the way, these piles aren't just for romantic relationships. When I say relationship, that goes for platonic friendships, co-worker relationships, whatever may apply. But furthermore, I do feel like this person works really hard when it comes to the relationship between you two guys. I feel like they're not the type to sway too much on the way that they feel, their opinions, but they're also not the type to just leave. They're also not the type to just flake. I feel like they're the type to stay firm in the decisions that they made when it comes to you. When it comes to a relationship between you two guys, I feel like this person is willing to put in the work, and that's enough for you to want to think about them. For a few people that picked this pile, the traits that I just talked about with being confident and being hardworking, I do feel like a few people who pick pile number 3 are also looking at this person through rose-colored glasses. I do feel like you're possibly not seeing the full picture of who they are. And I'm not saying they're not a good person or anything like that. They're probably a really good person, but I do think some people who pick this pile, that you're idealizing them a lot. Just be mindful that some of the things that you're thinking aren't necessarily true. So just try not to idealize them too much. Like, they might be a very confident person, but don't put them on such a pedestal, because they are human. And just how they're working hard for the relationship, make sure you're putting in the same type of effort with them too. Don't make it so one-sided. Yeah, they're very confident. Yeah, they're very about their business, but at the same time, you know, no one wants to feel like they're doing all of the work. So make sure you're not putting so much pressure on them when it comes to the relationship between you two. Also, what I'm getting with this pile, I do think that some people who pick this pile have a lot of past hurt wounds from other people, probably other partners or other situations. Try your hardest not to put that into this new relationship or into this relationship with this person. Try not to inflict on what someone's done to you in the past with this person, because whatever someone else did, that isn't their crimes. They shouldn't have to pay for what someone else did. So just keep that in mind as well. learning how to like heal those past wounds. So that could be another reason why you're always thinking about this person, is because they might remind you of a previous person you were talking to, or it might remind you of a situation or a person in the past that was not beneficial to you. So in a way, you're probably side-eyeing them in the sense that they aren't beneficial for you either. But I don't think that's the case at all. I just think they just happen to have similarities that you're noticing, but I don't feel like they're not for you. Just try not to dwell on that too much, and try not to put that on them, because they shouldn't pay for someone else's mistakes. I also feel like a couple people who pick pile 3 as well. The person that you're talking about, you're probably not even talking to anymore. Maybe it's a recent breakup or a recent separation that happened between you two. And you're kind of like stepping into this new confidence. That could be another reason why I'm getting confidence from this card. And I think that, honestly, I think the severance, when it happened, I think it was very difficult. I'm getting difficult vibes from it. I feel like it was a very difficult process. It's going to be a difficult process, but I'm proud of you, whoever this is. This is resonating with you. I'm proud of you, because I do feel like this took a lot of courage. I do feel like this took a lot of strength for you to make the decision to not talk to this person anymore. So just keep stepping into that guidance, just keep stepping into the courage. The only reason you're thinking about them a lot is because you just separated, or there was a severance between you two guys. It's normal to think about someone that was a major part of your life, but don't dwell on that too much. Don't be too hard on yourself if you're still thinking about this person. There's nothing wrong with that. I really do see you stepping into your light, and that also goes along with the idealization. Don't try to idealize a relationship saying, oh, then we had some good times. Also remember those bad times as well. There's a reason why you made the decision that you made. So just keep that in mind. If you pick pile number 3, most likely the person or you is a Virgo. Clearly it would be more signs that it'll be, but Virgo stood out the most with this pile. Thank you so much. I really hope this gave you some clarity and resonated with you, and hopefully gave you some type of insight on why you're always thinking about this specific person. Have a good day. Oh wait, if it did, you can like, comment, or subscribe, either or. Okay, pile number 4, why are you always thinking about this person? So first, I would like to start off by saying that with this person, I feel like you are very withdrawn. Not saying that you don't communicate with them, but I feel like there's a blockage when it comes to the communication between you two. I feel like there's a lot of things that you have not said, and a lot of things that you want to say but just haven't gotten around to saying. So there's definitely just a blockage when it comes to communication between you guys. There's a lot of things that you have been struggling to possibly admit when it comes to this person, and you just have not been as open as you could be. So I think that's one of the main reasons why they're always in your mind, because there's some things that you haven't said yet. It's just you haven't said those things. It's a lot of what if in the area, like what if, I said this, and how would it be? And so that can cause someone to be in your mind life. You're not being as open as you could. I feel like there is some people who pick pile number 4 who are struggling to take that leap of faith, especially with the Fool in reverse. I definitely feel like there's a struggle to take a leap of faith, or take a leap of walking with this person, or doing something with this person, or propelling this relationship that you have with this person forward. Just a reminder, this doesn't necessarily have to be for a romantic relationship. This could be friendships. Maybe it's a friendship that could be propelled forward, and you're not opening up whoever is a person that you were thinking about when you picked this pile. But yes, I do think that this relationship could go way further, but you aren't being as open as you could be. So just try to open up, your mouth. Talk a little bit, express yourself. And I do get that it's more difficult. It's easier said than done, but just try little things, like go from, work your way up. Whatever is the small thing you haven't expressed to this person, start off from there and just keep going. I think you're scared of the response, and you're scared of where it will take the relationship, but it's better to know now than to just string along with them not knowing how you really feel about them, because that decision is going to be made regardless if you say something or not. So just keep it in mind. So I think in the past, you've probably struggled with being naive or being careless with the people that you chose to be in your life. And you possibly are putting this into the relationship with this person or how you are with this person. So I do feel like there are moments that you have where maybe you guys take breaks, or moments where y'all are not talking as much as y'all should have been, or moments where you might be dry to them or vice versa. So just really keep in mind that like all those little things will add up, and then it can affect your relationship wholly. So don't be so scared of being the fool that you still end up being the fool in the first place. Try to be mindful, because you can spend all that time saying, well, I'm not going to be naive this time. You're not going to take advantage of me this time. I'm not going to be taken advantage of this time. And by doing that, you're being an asshole, and you're not being communicative. You're not talking. You're being a dick. So the other person is now treating you the way that they're being treated, and then you're still getting the same result that you were trying to prevent. So really try to just not take on those past wounds into these wounds. You know, you can be mindful of not being taken advantage of without being an asshole. Okay? You don't have to be dry. You don't have to be mean. That doesn't make you less naive. Naive is just being able to see a situation for what it is. That's it. I do feel like this person is significant to you. I feel like they're helping you through a transformation. They're helping you go through a change. And that change might just be you learning how to open up more and learning how to trust people more, because you might be trust issues. You might be a Scorpio, because the Scorpio card is here. Or have Scorpio placements. But overall, you know, I do feel like you really do care about this person. I feel like you think about this person a lot because you care about them. But I do not think that they truly know the extent of how much you care about them. And I do think there's a blockage there, and I think you need to open that up. And that'll help you. You'll probably still be thinking about this person a lot, but it will at least help the relationship grow and prosper. So if you pick pile number 4, the person that you're thinking about is most likely a Cancer, a Leo, or a Virgo. If not, just is not. But that's just the energy of the cards overall. So thank you. I really hope this reading gave you some clarity and insight into why you're always thinking about this person. I truly do appreciate. If it did give you some insight, please like, comment, or subscribe. Or comment the pile that you chose. I really like to see the piles that people choose, so I know, it's just good to know. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Okay, pile number 5. Why are you always thinking about this person? So the first thing that I see a lot of introspection going on. I see a lot of inner work healing going on. I do see somebody who is working on themselves and who has put a lot of work into themselves. So just, I'm proud of you. It's very difficult to look in the mirror and see what you need to work on as a person and actually work on those things. So kudos to you, because that's actually a very difficult thing, and it's something that does not get a lot of support or a lot of love, I feel like, when people actually work on themselves. So I just want you to know that I'm proud of you, because I see it in the pile number 5. But yeah, anyways, I do see a lot of introspection. I do see a lot of inner work. I feel like you prefer to be alone. Not necessarily like you prefer to be alone, like you don't prefer relationships, but I do feel like you love alone time. You're probably an introvert. You probably don't go out as much. You really prefer just being alone. So I'm getting that too. I feel like you're always thinking about this person per se. We do have the 2 of Cups here, so I really do think whoever picked pile number 5, most of the people that picked pile number 5, they are doing it in a reference of a romantic relationship. I think you think about this person because you're probably with this person or you were with this person. But I do sorry if this doesn't resonate, but I do feel like, because this is coming to me more than anything, that you are in a relationship with this person, and I do feel like you are learning to love this person, but I feel like you keep having doubts for some reason about the thing. It's almost a person who can't enjoy something that's good. It's like, it's too good to be true. I need to think more about it. I need to figure it out, you know, just very hard for you to enjoy the ride. And I struggle with that myself too, so I definitely understand. But I do see like a difficulty of enjoying the peace that's coming with the relationship and enjoying the good moments, and just always being prepared for something bad or something, an argument that's gonna happen, or we're gonna get into it. And you know, relationships have its ups and downs, but when it's up, enjoy the ups, and when it's down, but don't, just try not the whole relationship to be so aware that a down is coming, because you can't really fully enjoy the relationship if you're always looking for the negative in it. Also, you might be thinking about this person due to finances. It's crazy because with the corona and everything going on, I do keep getting finances in a lot of my pulls now. But I don't know, it could be you or the person that you pulled for, but someone has definitely lost some money. And I think they're having a hard time asking for help. So if this is you, try not to be so hard on yourself. You know, you've already worked on yourself this far. Continue to work on yourself and learn how to be easy with yourself. You're not a failure if you lost money or if you're not making the same amount of money that you were before. Your partner does not view you as a money sign. You know, even if you are the sole provider in the relationship, whatever you do, try not to, and this can go for romantic or whatever kind of relationship. If you are the sole provider of your family, if you're the sole provider, period, do not beat yourself up as if that person is going to start looking at you different or respecting you different or treating you differently because of the loss of money. I do feel like this is more of an ego thing than it's actually what's actually happening in reality. I really don't feel like anyone's really treating you any differently. I don't feel like you've lost respect or people don't love you the same. I think it's all in your head. I think that you tied your money to respect in the way that you're treated, and now you think that you won't be treated a certain way, but that's not the case at all. So try not, and I think this is a lesson for you within yourself. If this does apply to you, or if this is your partner, be mindful that they might be feeling this way, or the person that you're thinking about, because whatever financial issues that you're going through, it's always a lesson to learn how not to be so tied to money with how you view who you are and how others should view you. I do think that for some people that pick pile number 5, the person that they're thinking about is a person that has not been the best partner that they could be. And this is only gonna go for some people. This just came to me right now. I feel like some people are dealing with someone who isn't the best partner, who is definitely been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of like push and pull back and forth, a lot of things kind of shifting between you guys. I do think that you feel like this person has put you through a lot. As much as they have put you through, you almost feel like now you can't let this go, if that makes sense. You've already put in so much work and so much effort into this person, so it's going to be very difficult for you to let them go. But if that's the case, so this could be another reason why they're always in your mind, because you're contemplating leaving the relationship, or you're just looking at the relationship from a third person perspective and viewing it for what it truly is right now. So just keep that in mind on why you're always thinking about this person. If you picked pile number 5, then the person you're probably thinking about is either a Sagittarius or Gemini, or maybe you are. Either way, if not, then that's just what was the overall feel of this pile. Doesn't necessarily mean if it still resonates with you. If this gave you some insight or clarity into why you're always thinking about this person, please like, comment, or subscribe. I do like comments about which piles you guys choose, so you can honestly just comment pile number 5, and that's totally cool too. Thank you so much and have a good day. Okay, pile number 6. Why are you always thinking about this person? Straight and clear, you're in love. You're in love. Or you're in the beginning phases of love, but love is definitely strong in this pile. If you pick pile number 6 and you were not thinking about a romantic relationship or a person romantically, like a family member or something, love doesn't necessarily have to be romantic feelings, but I do get love from this pile. So just take it as it resonates. So off the rip, I really do think that this person is really romantic. I feel like they do a lot of small gestures and a lot of small things to show that they admire you and adore you. It is a strong possibility that maybe you didn't feel those strong feelings about them at first. Of course, I do feel like they do little things to show that they actually care about you, or they think about you. Like, they actually remember a conversation that you had with them, and then they put that as a date idea, or all of the times that they take you out on a date, it's stuff that you actually like or stuff that you mentioned. Just little things, little gestures to show how much they care for you. Because I just get romance from this card. Someone who's trying to swoon, especially with the Knight of Cups. It's definitely like a swooning card, like flowers, cards, little notes, whatever is your love language, they speak to that specifically, because everyone's love language is different. So if your love language is receiving gifts, then you're receiving gifts. If your love language is just quality time, then they're giving you that quality time. They're speaking to your love language. It's just really linked to love, honestly. They make you feel wanted. They acknowledge your feelings. They acknowledge you. They make you feel as if you're the only person in the room, even if the room is filled with people. So I just feel like they make you feel like you're the star of the show. You're the highlight. And because of that, that is what makes you think about them a lot. You know, why would you not want to think of someone who is always including you, or someone who's making you feel that damn special? We also have the Lover cards as well, which is a beautiful card for love as well. With the Lovers, that's really just showing a bond between two people. It's similar to the Two of Cups, which I just had in a previous file, but in a different way. Two of Cups is really representing like a relationship. The Lovers, to me, represents, I prefer the Lovers over the Two of Cups, because the Lovers is a major card, and I feel like it actually shows a bond between two people, a very secure and strong bond between two people. So I feel like this shows a love that is everlasting, a love that will last a long time. Yeah, it doesn't to me just seem like just a relationship. This is most likely going to lead up to marriage and lead up to both of you guys being in each other's future. I do feel like some people that picked pile number 6 aren't necessarily in a relationship with this person yet. You might be just dating this person, but out of all the people that you're dating, this person's on your mind a lot, and it's probably someone you didn't see yourself with, so maybe you're questioning it. I do feel like there's choices, because the Lovers also represent choices. And the Nine of Cups to me is another card that represents like dating. So I really do feel like some people that pick pile number 6 are dating right now. So it means it's not a serious relationship, but the person that they're always thinking about is probably, out of all the people that you're dating, that's the one that's on your mind a lot. Even if that's not the person you expected to be on your mind a lot, it's because that you guys have a bond, especially with the Lovers card. And they're romantic. They do certain things to stand out, and it's working because you are thinking about them all the time. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I do feel like you're going to be presented with choices, because that's the beauty of dating eventually. If you are dating to be in a relationship, you have to pick. And I do feel like, you know, you might be feeling the pressure of, well, I need to pick this person because, you know, I can only date them for so long. So try not to feel so much pressure. I mean, it's meant to be, it's going to be meant to be. Don't pressure yourself so much, and don't try to rush things when it comes to the person, because it's a bond. It's not going to change regardless if time is fine. You know, just take your time if that's what you feel is best for you. Yeah, so I really feel like the overall theme of this pile is love. I really feel like this is new love though. It might be old love, but I'm really getting people that are just now starting to fall in love, or you're just starting to feel those feelings of falling, and not really sure what to do with them. Just ride the ride and enjoy it. So that's why you're always thinking about this person, because you are in love with them. If you didn't know, you're about to become in love with them. So if you pick pile number 6, the person that you picked for is most likely a Pisces and Virgo. If not, then that's okay. That's just the signs that stood out the most for this pile. Thank you so much. I really hope this gave you some insight and clarity. If it did, please like, comment, or subscribe. I would like for you to comment the pile that you chose so we can see which pile is getting picked the most. Thank you so much and have a good day. Okay, pile number 7. Why are you always thinking about this person? So the first thing I'm feeling or I'm getting from this pile is that there's something about this person you quite can't put your finger on yet. I do feel like a sense of untrustworthiness. This could be someone you just met, or maybe you've known them a long time, you just do not trust them, but there's definitely something off-putting about them to you. You just can't, it's almost like, you know, the phrase like, I can't quite put my finger on it. You always feel like there's something they're not telling you, or something that they're not being as open about, or something that they're hiding. You feel as if they have something to hide. So, you know, that's one of the reasons why they're always on your mind, because you feel like that they're hiding something from you. If this is someone that you're in a relationship with, I do recommend talking to them and communicating with them about this, because, you know, if you feel like your partner is being untrustworthy, then you know, you need to communicate what you feel like they're being untrustworthy about. But what I'm getting from this pile, it might not even be a specific thing. It could be just a feeling, like a gut feeling that they're not telling you the whole truth. So maybe they are being honest and truthful, but they're being like they're not telling the whole truth about something, or as if they've done something, but if you haven't asked them and told you, it's kind of like, you know, tiptoeing around being a liar, but still being a liar at the same time. Just a word of advice, I feel like you or this person is a risk taker. I do feel like it's just the idea of acting first and thinking later. You do things and not really put too much thought process behind it. And I do advise, especially with the 4 of Pentacles in this pile, for you or your partner, whoever is the person, or the person you're thinking about, not just your partner, but whoever is the person that spends a lot, will have to definitely keep that in check. Just a word of advice, especially with the 4 of Pentacles, because it's all about saving your money, and also being mindful to not penny pinch. So this will go either both ways, because I'm kind of getting that it can go too fast. So there might be one of you guys who is very spends a lot of money and kind of doesn't really think about, you know, saving, or how you might need this money in the future, or spending money on unnecessary things and having to, maybe that could be what they're hiding, or maybe you're hiding, possibly buying stuff in secret because they know that that's not something that was agreed upon, maybe buying clothes or shoes or anything like that. That could be what they're hiding. Or you can go another way, where a person is so good at savings and so good at being good with their money, they get to the point where they start to penny pinch, and they're not being fully aware of how to use their money. So even when, you know, it's some people you save for emergencies. This is the type of person, there is an emergency and they still don't want to use their savings for the emergency, because they've gotten so wounded up when it comes to savings that now they don't even want to spend their savings on what they were saving for. So you don't want to, it can go either ways with the 4 of Pentacles here. So because of that, it could be something that you guys have argued about or anything of that sort, but that could be one of the reasons why you're always thinking about them, because you're probably thinking about the situation. So if you do have like an inkling that they're hiding something, as if they're spending money on something and they're not telling you, then most likely that's true. Especially if you pick this pile, that's definitely confirmation. Or if you have had an argument with your partner about them not if they've been penny pinching, especially with everything that's going on right now, you can have a partner that feels like, well, you know, here's an emergency, this and that, and you have to remind them like, we are an emergency and we do need this money for emergency. So hopefully that all gets just settled out, but that could be what is on your mind when you're thinking about this person. With the Wheel of Fortune reverse, that's all about not taking risks, which I love how we have the Nine of Wands, which is all about taking risks, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune telling you not to take risks. So I think that there's definitely a person, either you or the person that you were thinking about, who is a risk taker and is now in a situation where they cannot take those risks like they usually do. They're having to calm down a little bit. They probably had a lucky streak in life. Maybe a lot of things come to them easily. And now, you know, a lot of misfortunes have probably been happening to them due to finances or anything like that. And they really don't know how to take it as well as maybe you or them. It depends on who it is. It can be vice versa. This can be you or the person that you're pulling for. But I do feel like there's a person who has, for the most part, has had like luck, things kind of falling in place. And right now their life lesson is, you know, things probably aren't falling in place for them. And most people who are used to difficult things happening to them, when difficult things do happen, they do know how to go about it very maturely. They know how to accept it. They know how to figure out a solution, just breathe through it. They know how to work on it. But if there's a person who's, for the most part, have had things handed to them their whole life, and they've never had to really go through that many difficulties, and the difficulties they've had people to come and rescue them. If they are going through difficult times back to back to back, they will not handle that as well as someone who's used to that kind of pressure. So if that's you or the person that you're pulling for, if that's you, I would say go into the person that you're thinking about. They will actually be able to aid and help you in this. Do not try to do this alone. It's totally fine if you're feeling some sense of pressure. If it's the person you're thinking about, try to be a shoulder for them to lean on, because this is a difficult time for them, and you might see it as just difficulties, because I feel like whoever it is, the other person is used to difficulties, but just still help them out and aid them, because it might not seem as difficult or complicated for you, but if they are the person who is used to things coming to them easily, even the smallest minor inconvenience can be very hurtful. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you pick pile number 7, I don't know why, but I'm getting so many messages from pile number 7. Also, if you pick pile number 7, I do feel like there is someone that wants someone that isn't necessarily as keen onto them. So this could be you or this could be them. Just wanting someone that really isn't like that interested into them as they should be, or as if that person would prefer. Kind of like a chase going on, like I could do this for you, and I could do that for you, and I could do this for you, and wanting to please this person so badly, but the other person is just not interested. So if that resonates with you, that's why you're always thinking about them if you're the person trying to impress someone, because you want them to like you. You've been doing a lot for them to like you, but yeah, they don't like you. That resonated. Let me not just say flat out they don't like you, but they're not going to like you in the way that you want them to. So I would advise for you to let it go now, so you can, you know, not prolong the hurting process. If it's vice versa, if you feel like there's someone that has been super keen on you and you know that you do not like them like that, stop leading this person on, and do not say I have not been leading them on, because if you accept any of their invitations or anything that you know that they're trying to impress you in, that is still a form of leading on whoever I'm speaking to, because I feel like they don't think that they're leading this person on, but they are, and I feel like they're aware of that, but they try to downplay it so they won't feel like a bad person. So that was a lot. If you pick pile number 7, I feel like you or the person that you were thinking about is a Gemini, or probably has a lot of Gemini placements, or if not, then that's fine. That's just the energy that the cards were pulling. If this resonated with you and gave you some insider clarity, please like, comment, or subscribe. You can also just comment the number of the pile that you chose, because that's always cool, right? Thank you so much and have a good day. Okay, pile number 8, why are you always thinking about this person? Right off the bat, I feel like most people who have picked this pile, it's because it's their ex. It's probably a recent breakup or a recent separation, because when you recently break up with someone, it's very normal for them to be on your mind all the time. So try not to beat yourself up over that. That's a completely normal thing. I really feel like, especially the Nine of Pentacles here too, I feel that this person was a very big part of your routine. You have become accustomed to them being a part of your routine and a part of your life. So, you know, if you're just doing your day-to-day tasks, you probably do that with them there, and now they're not there. So now you're thinking about them. So that's one of the reasons. If you are not broken up with anyone, or if you pulled this without a romantic partner in mind, the reason why you're always thinking about this person is because they have done something hurtful to you, and they are a part of your day-to-day routine. So this could apply for some people that are that have coworkers, or it could be a family member, but it's someone that's definitely like a part of your day-to-day routine. And I do feel like they did something that went against you, that upset you, and now you kind of like probably I just see someone kind of playing the same scenario out in their mind, going over and over and over again, basically how they were hurt by the situation and how they can solve it, kind of reliving the same negative situation over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like that's kind of like a form of beating yourself up. So just try to take it easy on yourself. You have to understand that you can't control anyone. You can only control you. So, you know, what other people do isn't always a reflection of you. Sometimes it's just a reflection of themselves. So if this is someone you just started talking to, or someone new that has been brought into your life, I feel like maybe either you or this person is very like slow to do things. I wouldn't say not creative, but more of a practical person, more of a responsible person, more of a 9 to 5. I need to work a job. I need to do, you have kind of like, you or this person has kind of like a routine or a set way of doing things, and you do it that way every single time. So you're very structured in the way that you do things. If you have plans, you actually make plans and you plan out the whole day. I'm just a very structured person, and I feel like the other person is kind of the opposite. They're more of a free spirit, they're more creative, they're more expressive about the way that they do things. They probably won't necessarily make plans. They're the type to just quit their job and might be like, well, what are you gonna do? And they're just like, well, I don't know, I didn't really plan that far ahead. So they're kind of the person who doesn't really plan things out for your self-expression. By the way, these two personalities, it could go vice versa. So it could be you that's the planner, or it could be you with the free spirit, whichever one resonates with you. But either way, because of that personality, because the personality is so opposite of yours, that's what's making you think about them a lot, because they have a different personality, and I feel like they're pushing you to get out of your comfort zone and what makes you comfortable, and learning how to do things in a different way, or seeing things from a different perspective. You might also be always thinking about this person because of their sex. I think that they're, if this is romantic, of course, if your sexual relationship with them must be really good or amazing, because I feel like if you're always thinking about them, I feel like whoever picked pile number 8, it's definitely some sex flashbacks that are happening. So that is something that'll make you think about a person all the time. So nothing to be ashamed of. But with the 3 of Swords here, if you did pick pile number 8, if it is a positive thing that's going on, I really kind of want to dive more deeper into 3 of Swords. I feel as if there was definitely a hurt here, of course. I feel as if this hurt made you view them in a different lens. I feel that it's kind of like a turning point, especially if you are in a romantic relationship with them. If not, however you viewed them before they hurt you, it's like you see them in a different light. So if you did view them, or if you idolize them in any type of shape, way, or form, you probably don't idolize them anymore. And I feel like this heartbreak and pain is going to push you. It's either going to make the bond you have with this person stronger, or it's going to break or fragmentate. So with that being said, you know, if you are heartbroken or hurt about something, it's very normal for you to always be thinking about the person that hurt you, to the point, you know, it's just almost a part of the healing phase. Just try not to dwell too much on that hurt or that pain, and just learning how to push past it, because you can't push past it. I feel like either both sides of the spectrum, you're either going to become more of a free spirit or you're going to become more of a structured person because of it. But it was necessary either way. If you picked pile number 8, the person that you're asking about is most likely a Taurus, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Scorpio. If not, okay, if it resonates, then it resonates. Hopefully this gave you some insight and clarity on your situation. Please like, comment, or subscribe. Leave some type of feedback. You can also comment just the number or the pile that you've chosen. Thank you, and have a good day.